Good evening, football fans. Welcome to Paris, Texas for Texarkana Game Day's presentation of the Paris Wildcats versus your Pleasant Grove Hawks. I'm Matt Fry along with Jay Davis. And Jay, we made a little short ride down 82 to take on a familiar foe in Paris. Of course, district competition for a lot of years, and I think we've played them in non-district for several years now as well. And so a team and a place that we are familiar with. Both teams coming in 1-0 on the season. And, we talked about it on the way down here. Some things to clean up on the Pleasant Grove side, but really looking for a game tonight that we think is going to be a test for both of these squads.
Yeah, I think with Paris moving away from years past, they ran a little wing T type option. Don't expect to see that tonight. They've got a sophomore quarterback that is very, very mobile and has a phenomenal arm. Watching the team during their pregame, and I did not see a single Paris receiver drop a ball. And most of Heath's throws were right on target. And visited with one of their supporters, and he said that they expect to throw the ball a lot tonight. And so the defensive backs for Pleasant Grove, this will be their first test.
Yep.
Atlanta threw the ball a little bit last week, but not to the point that they're going to see tonight. I believe Heath had over 70% passing completion last week, and so you're going to see a lot of balls in the air tonight.
Yeah, I really think on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of the story is going to be, can we continue to see that pressure that the front line for Pleasant Grove causes against opposing teams? That front four for the Hawks is going to be a problem for a lot of people that we run up against. And, of course, that's anchored by Lance Jackson and B.J. Rochelle. Those guys getting back there, being able to put some pressure on a young sophomore quarterback, I think that we're going to need some of that to help out maybe some of the inexperience out there in the secondary, as those guys are going to have to be in coverage and really need to play some stellar football out there on that side of the ball.
Well, and one of the things that I noticed last week that I thought was going to be very, very good for later in the season is there was a lot of great rotation going on the defensive side, especially on that defensive line. Saw a lot of players getting their time in last week and looking good, and so this year with quite a few Pleasant Grove players going to be playing both ways, especially once we get into district play. That backup or that third string is going to be very, very important. And anytime that you've got Lance Jackson, Jalen Foster, DeCorey Cranford, and B.J. Rochelle on the front, that's going to be the A team.
Yes, sir.
But I really didn't see that much of a drop off when one or two of those pieces was traded for last week. So it'll be interesting to see how they continue to gel as this season goes on, though.
I really was impressed also last week when we saw him come in a few times at the defensive end position. And Keedred Smith, a true freshman out there playing for the Hawks, he's a top 10 basketball talent, but really seems to be coming on his own out there on the football field. And so I'm interested to see him as he continues to grow for this defense. Offensive side of the ball last week, we come out. We know we're replacing 11 of 12 starters. 10 of 11. You start with 12, you got more problems. They're replacing 10 of 11 starters on the offensive side. The only returner over there, of course, the tight end Lance Jackson. And so there were a lot of questions coming in on that. And the first quarter started off a little rocky, trying to work some things out. But as the game got going, we really started to see that running game coming out of the wing tee, able to do some things and hopefully get some confidence up there, especially on those guys on the front line. And then we're able to pull away from Atlanta as that game continued on.
Well, and one of the things that Pleasant Grove has done year in, year out with this wing tee is they're not going to show every single wrinkle and the whole package this early in the season. So last week, Pleasant Grove only putting the ball up 4 different times, and only one of those was a catch for 3 yards. Yep. So, it wasn't a game where Pleasant Grove even went to the passing game. And so, I expect Pleasant Grove to probably, put the ball up in the air a little bit more. The biggest question that I have tonight is quarterback play, and it's not the talent.
Yep.
And it's not the capabilities, it's the ankles.
Yeah.
Both quarterbacks over the last 10 to 12 days has tweaked their ankle. Walker Wright doing it on the first play of last week's game. So, how they're able to respond to plenty of ice baths and tapings will definitely be indicative of what type of offense we see Pleasant Grove try to run out of this wing tee tonight.
Something else that we saw last week were the Hawks putting the ball on the ground 6 times. They lost 4 of those fumbles. Usually, if you have that sort of differential, you're not going to come out with a win, and that's something that I know the coaches have focused on this week. Really talked about ball control. How do you keep that football tucked in where it needs to be? How do you make sure that you're not putting yourself at risk of that? And that's going to be something that I think against a Paris team and some of these better teams that you run up against, you're not going to have the luxury to be able to overcome those things quite as easily.
Yes, and one of the things that we're also going to be looking at tonight for Paris, last week's win was the first opening season win that they've had since 2021. And last year they surprisingly made the playoffs.
Yep.
And they're looking to return, but they have their hands full in their district, including themselves. 5 teams are in the top 25 in the state of Texas for Paris. You've got Salina at number 2, Frisco Panther Creek number 6, number 9 Sulphur Springs, number 13 Aubrey, and then number 22 Lake Dallas. And they're all in their district. So Paris is going to be looking at what they can execute tonight. I don't think that they're necessarily worried about a win or a loss. Don't get me wrong. It's homecoming for them. They want the W.
Absolutely.
But this district that they have is, going to be just as tough as some of the years that Pleasant Grove has had in the past.
Yep.
And so, Coach Hohenberger definitely has his hands full with his district. But he's got to take care of this game tonight first.
Absolutely, and these are those types of games as your program grows, and you can see that with Pleasant Grove. You're going to schedule some good teams, and you have to. And I think Paris is trying to make those same kind of moves by scheduling some of these games as well. Both teams have taken the field. Of course, Paris in their dark blues with silver pants, Hawks in the white visiting jerseys and black pants. And now we're going to take it with you to the field for tonight's national anthem.
Thank you.
Getting this thing ready to go from here in Lamar County. This is the first of 2 trips we'll be taking to Paris this year. We'll play North Lamar here coming up on October 11th. I do want to remind Hawk fans, next week is homecoming around Pleasant Grove, and so Monday night those festivities start with a homecoming parade at 7 o'clock, coming right down there, down McKnight Road, and then a pep rally after that inside Hawk Stadium. And so lots of activities there. We'll have 2 homecomings in a row, Jay. One here, and then get to have our own next week.
Well, hopefully Pleasant Grove will have 2 homecoming wins after next week, and definitely want to invite and implore Pleasant Grove fans to come to all the events and especially experience the stadium. We've got some new lighting that will come into play. We have a very nice video screen that's a little bit larger than most people's living room TV.
Just slightly.
That they can come out and enjoy. And so it's really going to be an event this coming Friday as Pleasant Grove faces Dangerfield for their homecoming matchup.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely excited to show off a lot of the things that have been happening there. If you came out to all the games last year, you saw the field house under construction. Of course, we got moved into that there at the end of the school year, kind of the last week of school, I think, there in May. And so now, yeah, the video board, everything is up on that. And, yeah, some new lights. And if you came to the Watermelon Supper, you got to see a little bit of that. And so that's exciting. Paris won the toss. They have elected to receive. They'll start tonight's game going from our right to left. So they'll be going from south to north as we get this thing ready to go. Last week, the kicking game as well, Jay. Looks like some things that we're just kind of working through and extra points and that kind of stuff. And so we'll see most of the kickoff duty was handled by James Solomon. So we'll see what we come out with that. You talked about maybe needing to go track down Coach Henry, see if we have a soccer player that wants to come out. But we will have Solomon here. And here again, this is some of that stuff maybe you watch on tape. If they got a cat that can run it real fast back there, you do that short kick, maybe give it to them at the 35 or 40 and feel like that's the best option for what you need to do. We're ready to get this thing kicked off, though. Ball teed up on the 40, number 6. Keyshawn Roberts is the man back deep in the center for the Wildcats. High end over end kick, and this one's going to go out of bounds at about the 4, and so there'll be a flag on that. That'll bring it up to the 35. And that's where we are, actually up to the 30 rather. That's where we get this going unless they want us to kick it again. Let's see.
Doesn't look like they're going to make Pleasant Grove kick that again. Actually, they're still chatting about it.
There's a little discussion going on over here with the boys in blue, so we'll see what we decide here. A lot of talk. All right, they're going to take it.
I would think with their skilled players, I would want the opportunity for my players to touch the ball as much as possible.
One thing we did see, though, is Solomon put it all the way down there at the 4, so just a little bit inside from there, and we'll have maybe an opportunity to make some coverage. We'll need to back the ball up 5 yards to spot it here, and this time we'll be kicking from the 35-yard line. So the referee brings the ball out to the 40 and makes the signal once again.
On the far side of the field is number 17 for Paris, Hudson Harper, who actually had a 60-yard receiving score. So he's got some wheels. He's sort of playing where Solomon hit some of his pooch kicks.
A little up man on the 35. This one, though, kick deep, and it's going to send Roberts all the way back to the 5-yard line as he looks for some room in the middle of the formation. And he has some, gets it up across the 35 to the 37-yard line, and so it's a positive of 7 yards for the Wildcats to make the Hawks kick it once again. And so here we start on defense.
Yeah, Keyshawn had a little bit extra little spark of speed there.
Yeah.
From the 20 to about the 34-yard line.
And so the Wildcats setting up 1st and 10 on their own 37. Again, we expect them to
And Anthony Lopez is at the bottom here with no coverage. And they're fixing to score on this first play.
Nope, they
Cannot believe he didn't call that off.
This ball is handed off to the tailback, number 5, Chris Houston, number 5 for the Hawks, Lance Jackson, the first man back there. And, Jay, I'm like you. If their quarterback looks to the left to see that, there was a man standing all by himself. Now they send 3 to the right side, none on the left side. Quarterback wants to throw, has a man in his face, little underneath running back screen, and gets all the way down to Roland Ritchie. Well, Ritchie able to bring him down, and the Hawks do a good job that time just to string that thing out, keep the receiver going east to west. And so now it'll be 3rd down and 8 to go for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Washington actually scored on a play like that last week for 60 yards, so Jaden Scales also there for the stop for Pleasant Grove.
Tyler Heath with 2 on the right side and 1 on the left side. He wants to throw, and it is going to be incomplete. Trying to connect there with Harper, and he is unable to pull that one in. Buck Anderson coming up to knock that down from the linebacker position. And I'll tell you what, that's a big thing on the shoulders of a linebacker covering receivers down the field. So now a punt coming from the Wildcats. This one end over end. The Hawks don't send anyone back. Keep everyone up in case there is a fake. And this one is going to take a Wildcat roll down to the 16-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will take over 1st and 10. So a 3 and out for the Hawks will end the first series. Like you said, Jay, we'll see the 2 quarterbacks coming out, both of them nursing little ankle injuries. And Jared Halter will be the man leading the Hawks out on the field on this first drive. Out wide to the right is Spencer Browning.
Yeah, Spencer didn't see a lot of action last week since only 4 balls were thrown.
Little gut draw for the Hawks, and this one is read quickly by the Wildcats. That's Brody Watts on the carry, and he was met by Jabraylin Hughes right at the line of scrimmage. There'll be a loss of 1 on the play, back to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Matthew Rowland out of that outside linebacker position, also there to wrap him up and stand Brody straight up. And a loss of 1 on the play.
Now the Hawks will flip the formation, send Browning over to the left side. Halter under center with a man in motion, deep pitch. Ball carrier has nowhere to go. That's Nick Bells. And by the time he turned to try to get north and south, he had 4 blue jerseys in his face, and so Wildcat defense looking similar to the Hawk defense here on this first offensive drive for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, number 9, Takarian Gray there getting in quick. Pleasant Grove really going to have to do a better job on that front line and may need to hit the air quick just to sort of keep those linebackers a little honest.
3rd down and 14 now for the Hawks from our own 10. Little gut draw, hand up the middle, and that's a good run that time by Brody Watts. He gets up to the 2nd level before he's brought down. He'll be a couple of yards shy of the 1st down, but it does give Pleasant Grove some breathing room for the punt here. So good job of Watts to gash that Wildcat defense and at least get to the 2nd level there. Waiting on a punt now. High spiraling punt. Sends the return man Adrian Gill back. And the Wildcats will take over just inside their own 30 at the 29-yard line. And so each team trading 3 and outs to get this game started.
Yeah, Gill making one of those business decisions and went down on a knee, with Chase Elroyd making great strides to get there quick. Good punt, though, by Pleasant Grove.
And so now we will see the 2nd offensive drive for Paris.
B.J. Rochelle and Zion Lewis taking up the middle for Pleasant Grove.
Pass across the middle. He was trying to connect with his receiver, Keyshawn Roberts. Unable to make it there. In coverage for the Hawks was number 21, Jace Elrod.
Yeah, good quick release there. Really didn't have time for that defensive line to make much pressure on Heath there.
Look over to the sideline, get the call from the coaches. You've got 3 guys over there putting in the signals. 2 receivers split to each side now. Quarterback looking left again, trying to connect with Roberts. Again, unable to make that connection.
Yeah, Landon.
3rd and 10.
Yeah, Landon West there, step for step, and was able to have good coverage, but sideline ended up being an extra player for Pleasant Grove as that ball was thrown out of bounds. Landon West there for the good coverage.
See the 3 coaches over there calling the signs in. I don't know if you've seen that documentary about the guy from Michigan who was caught stealing the signs. Kind of reminds you of that. Quarterback trying to keep it now, throws underneath, caught, little outlet pass to the back. Chris Houston, he was just waiting for Heath if he needed an outlet there, and he needed it. It's going to be 4th down and 2, though, as the Hawks are able to converge and bring Houston down after a short gain. And it looks like the Wildcats are going to keep their offense out there, and now they're going to go no huddle, try to move quick, and they may punt it here. Heath is the punter, and it is just a little quick punt. The Hawks do send back James Solomon, but he gets away from it. This one is going to roll toward the sideline, and Pleasant Grove will take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Pleasant Grove's going to get a chance to run their second series on offense, and just seeing what type of adjustments they're made from the first time that they got to touch the ball tonight. Really were not able to have many, if any at all, positive plays. And so that's going to be the first thing that I would want to look for as a PG coach is let's just call up a good play for some positive yardage and get things rolling as we started on the 29.
The receiver wide to the left, excuse me, is Spencer Browning. This time, little handoff, gut draw once again. Brody Watts keeps his feet driving. Forward progress is going to give him around 5 yards or so, and that's just a good, gritty run there by Watts. Just keep his legs driving. A play where he was hit right near the line of scrimmage and turns it into good positive yardage there for Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, Damian Mason and number 33, Javelin Hughes for Paris, trying to muck up that middle, but not before Brody's able to get at least 4 or 5 yards out of that.
He goes out for a breather. Buck Anderson comes in. This time, though, the ball goes to James Solomon. He's looking for some room around the left side. And again, follows some of those big guys up front for Pleasant Grove. Able to turn the corner, be close to 1st down yardage. Landon West from the wingback position really helped lead block on that. Now it's 3rd down and 1 for the Hawks.
Yeah, Malik Johnson actually had to come up from that defensive back position there to keep that as a gain of only about 5 or 6 to make it 3rd and 1. See what Pleasant Grove has dialed up here.
Now the Hawks send Jabry and Baltimore out to the left side. It's going to have a quarterback keeper. Jarrett Halter just dives across the yard to gain. He'll be down at the 40. It'll be just enough to move the sticks, and it'll be 1st down, Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, I recall a few times where Ben Harmon had that same type of success out of this wing tee whenever Pleasant Grove had their state championship runs.
Ben's been calling the offense on Thursday nights for JV. You can tell that he knows this offense for sure. Baltimore now sent over to the right side of the formation. Hawks getting the play in. They will let some time roll off the clock. Now we're going to have a timeout. So a little bit of confusion out there. You can see players kind of coming in and out of the huddle there. So they're going to take a timeout. We're going to take a short timeout with them. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Meet Tony Langford Roofing, your trusted name in roofing solutions. Decades of experience and top-notch service. Passionate about your home safety, we treat every roof like our own. From repairs to full installations, we've got your home covered. Upgrade your roof with our variety of styles and materials. For roofs that
All right, and we're back after the timeout. Halter wants to throw, firing down the field, trying to get it to Lance Jackson. It's incomplete. Good throw there by Halter. Just a little better coverage down the field. Number 20, Davion Harrison, just got his hand up there in the middle of Lance Jackson's chest, just in time to knock that one down. It'll be second down and 10.
And want to give a special thanks to Lone Star Heating and Air. They came on today as a season sponsor. Lone Star Heating and Air offers same-day service on all brands. Their work is guaranteed to be the best quality at the best price.
Receiver on the left, this time a little fullback dive up the middle, and nowhere to go on that one is Buck Anderson. He is bottled up after about maybe half a yard or so. It's third down and 9.
Yeah, these third and long situations, running this wing T, this early in the season, you're going to have some limited plays that's just going to be your go-to to get 9.
Jarrett under center. The ball comes out late. This thing was a little bit twisted up from the beginning. He's trying to connect out to Noah Tenney. It's incomplete to Tenney. Almost looked like the left side of the formation started moving before everyone else. Still, the result is an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th and 9. And so the Hawks picked up a first down on this drive. They will punt once again, and so far in 4 possessions, each team has just traded punts with one another. This time, punt fielded near the 21-yard line, and the return man has nowhere to go from there. Eli Haltom, the first man down for the Hawks. Got some help also from Kedrid Smith, the freshman that we were talking about earlier. And so Paris will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
It's not very often that we see 2 back deep on punts. And Paris has opened up the game with 2 back-to-back punts with 2 receivers back there.
Kind of interesting to see if they try to do some trickery or tomfoolery with that at some point.
Well, this series, Jabron, Baltimore is going to be at the bottom of our screen covering Mr. Lopez.
Definitely a scary look on the first play of the game, that's for sure. All right, until the Wildcats come out of the huddle, 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. Oh, handoff. They're trying to use some misdirection, like they learned some things from the Hawks. Pleasant Grove reads it well, though, able to bring the ball carrier down. That's Chris Houston. He's going to be met by Landon West after a short gain. Call it 3 on the play, second down and 7. Wildcats now back to the line. They look over for the call from the home sideline. Heath from the gun. Drops back to throw, looks back left. Little underneath screen pass. Complete to Marcavius Washington. He's going to have enough for the first down. There is a flag on the play.
We'll wait on the result of the flag, but Jay Selrod there for the stop.
Flag behind the line of scrimmage. Did come from the...
Just wonder if maybe it's illegal man downfield.
Nope, they're going to wave it off. Maybe that's what they were trying to see where the linemen were, but they discuss it. Say there's no penalty on the play. The result of the screen is a first down. Thought it was a first down, and they were trying to keep third down up there. So 1st and 10, and so this is the first down for the Wildcats in the ball game as they get the ball up to the 32-yard line. One man wide out to the left for them is Aiden McCullough. Be covered by Jabry in Baltimore. They send Markeldrick Finch wide on the right side. One man in the slot to the left as well for Heath out of the gun. Single back with a tight end on the left. And the ball to the tailback, trying to come toward the left, and the Hawks read it well as they send Chris Houston back into the middle. I tell you, number 21, Jace Elrod, did a good job to stand his ground out here on the edge and force the ball carrier back into the rest of that Hawk defense for no gain on the play. I think number 40, DeCorey Cranford, the Hawk who will be credited with the tackle there, but a good job by Elrod to help set that one up. Two receivers left side now, one on the right side. Heath sends a man in motion, looks to his right, has a man in his face, throws underneath. Incomplete. Lance Jackson providing pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, they were looking for Chris Houston there on a little bitty delay screen, but threw it over his head. I think if a couple of Hawks had their eye on the quarterback, they may have made a play for possibly a diving interception play. But
Caden Galligan is actually out at quarterback now, Jay, and so I didn't see anything happen with Heath.
We were told that we would see both of them tonight.
Thought maybe a little bit later in the ball game. Galligan is out there. He fires to the right, and the receiver does a good job to come back and make that reception. That's number 7, Markeldrick Finch. Just does a little hitch route and comes back. It will be 4th down and 2, and the Wildcats are quickly back to the line, signaling they're going to try to keep this one going. 2 receivers split to each side, single back, and now they look over to the sideline to get the call. This is a big spot here with just over 2 minutes in the first, and now they are going to go ahead and punt it. High punt, though, and this one will set the Hawks up in their most favorable field position of the evening at the 42-yard line. And so the Wildcats get a first down on the drive, but the defense holds, forces a punt once again. And now PG takes over at our own 42, 58 yards away from pay dirt with 2:29 here in the first quarter. Scoreless so far in the ball game.
Yeah, neither team doing anything to try to catch the momentum. See if there can be a big play from one of the teams on this series.
Nick Bell's trying to carry the ball around the left side, and he is going to be strung up in the backfield. Number 22 for the Wildcats, Chris Garcia. Meets Bells at the corner, able to bring him down for a 2-yard loss, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, he and Davion Harrison did a good job forcing Nick Bells to the outside and getting a loss of yardage there for Pleasant Grove.
2nd and 12 for the Hawks now as they split the formation. Browning up on the left. This time, handoff into the middle. Brody Watts. Good hard run. And Brody Watts once again just keeps those feet driving. Stopped about 4 yards shy of the first down right near midfield, and he just kept his legs going. Gets it all the way down to the 46-yard line. You know Coach Henry and those guys that coach up the strength program and have those guys squatting really like to see that kind of stuff. Good job by Watts that time.
Yeah, another play where Pleasant Grove forces a defensive back to make a stop on a run, and that's always a good sign if you're the offense. Jekyll Davis, number 2, coming up from that safety position to stop Brody, but not after a first down.
Hawks now sending 2 receivers out to the right side. This time a handoff to Roland Ritchie toward the left. Get across the line of scrimmage and pick up a couple of yards before he's bottled up. Trying to go around the left side as we roll just inside of a minute remaining in the first quarter. 2nd down and 8. Hawks in Wildcat territory for the first time this evening down at the 39-yard line. The first offense to cross midfield actually in the ball game.
Yeah, Davian Harrison from that cornerback role comes up again to try to contain that outside. But Pleasant Grove able to get some positive yardage on that first down play.
Green Baltimore brings the call in from the sideline. He's joined out with Nick Bells. Handoff this time to Buck Anderson. Anderson bounces it outside to the left and really just got tripped up in the turf there, a little bit upset with himself as he tried to turn the corner. Had some green grass in front of him. Slips up there near the 41-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 5 for the Hawks. I think that's probably going to be the way the first quarter ends. Nope, we're going to get the play off right as time expires. It is Brody Watts once again. He stood up at the 40-yard line after a short gain. So that's the way the first quarter is going to end. We'll come back. It'll be 4th and 4 for the Hawks from the 40. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, or maybe a new or pre-owned boat or RV, care for a car wash, had a fender bender, or you need service on your vehicle, boat, or RV, we have it all when you let us exceed your expectations at Greg Orr Auto, Marine, and RV in Shreveport, Texarkana, and Ashdown. Shop hassle-free and always be treated like family while choosing from our sensational selection. In Shreveport, visit Orr Acura, or BMW, or Cadillac, or Infiniti, and the Greg Orr Pre-Owned Supercenter. In Texarkana, Mercedes-Benz of Texarkana, Classic Buick GMC, Classic Cadillac, Classic Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Classic Kia, Classic Mazda, Classic Pre-Owned, The Classic Car Wash, Greg Orr Marine and RV, Greg Orr Collision, and Classic Chevrolet in Ashdown. Or visit GregOrAuto.com.
Welcome back to the second quarter, scoreless here in Paris. Hawks 4th down and 4 from the 40-yard line. We flip the field, now going from south to north. Spencer Browning on the left side of the formation here on the bottom of your screen. Talking about it, maybe some little quick pass outs or something just to try to open up the middle of the formation. Looking for a pass now. Halter wants to throw, trying to get it down to Jackson. It's going to be intercepted. It's number 13, Adrian Gill. He's on the return for the Wildcats. And I tell you, he and his teammates were celebrating. Brody Watts came over, though. Good hustle play there by Watts to force him out of bounds at the 27-yard line. But the Wildcats will have it set up in Hawk territory after the interception.
Yeah, just an underthrown ball there, and Lance Jackson just not able to come back and play defensive player there.
So look at Watts here. You can see everybody on the Wildcats thought it was a touchdown, and Brody Watts is not so fast. Good heads-up hustle play there by the senior. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats from their own 28-yard line. Excuse me, not their own. It's from the Hawk 28-yard line, ready. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. This Hawk defense has done a good job of stiffening up tonight. This is their biggest test of the evening so far. Pump fake from the quarterback. He wants to throw a little underneath. Ball's out. And they're going to say incomplete. He was trying to get it to number 7, Markeldrick Finch. Hawk defender came up. I think that was B.J. Rochelle who knocked the ball out for the incompletion. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Finch's nickname is Red.
Okay. Second and 10, 2 receivers right side, 1 receiver left side. It's the wide side of the field. Quarterback in is still Galligan. This time a handoff around the right side to Chris Houston. He's going to get into the Hawks secondary and have a 1st down at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, Paris.
Yeah, James Solomon there making that stop on Houston, who did score one on the ground last week for Paris. Definitely a larger back.
Yeah, he's a big old kid. Senior tailback out there for the Wildcats. Hand it off to Houston again. Again, Drives his feet forward, this time down to the 7-yard line.
Finding the yardage down to the 8-yard line.
Now, last week at about this yardage, Pleasant Grove had a strip and score against Atlanta.
Be a good spot for that again. Second down and 3 to go now.
Second down and 3.
2 receivers left side, 1 receiver right side. Hand off again to Houston. This time, pop down in the backfield. Big B.J. Rochelle comes back and meets the ball carrier. Knocks him back to the 10-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
To the 11-yard line. 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, good play there by B.J. Negative play for Paris to back them up just a little bit. We did mention Paris's kicking game. It was definitely pretty solid. The kicker was 4 for 4 last week with a 31-yard field goal attempt that was made.
Great for the Hawks to be able to hold them to a field goal here. Minimize the damage after the turnover. 2 on the right side, 1 on the left side, and now the Wildcats are going to call a timeout. They want to talk about it. We're going to take a timeout with them. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Craving Tex-Mex that tastes like home? Look no further than Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Family owned and operated since 1992, we bring Texarkana the freshest flavors this side of the border. We use only the highest quality ingredients with fresh vegetables chopped daily. Our salsa is made from scratch with steam-peeled Roma tomatoes for a taste that explodes with flavor. We don't settle for anything less than USDA All-American meats, like our signature skirt steak fajitas. Every dish is made with love, from our kitchen to your table. Make Tamales your go-to spot for Taco Tuesdays, Enchilada Wednesdays, or any day you're craving a taste of home. Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Real, fresh Tex-Mex, tastes like home.
Welcome back here to Paris. 9:53 remaining in the first half. The Wildcats using a timeout to talk about what they want to do here. 3rd down and 6 from the 11-yard line. 2 receivers on the right side, 1 receiver on the left side for Galligan. As a man in motion wants to throw. Looks to his right, and he's going to be sacked, brought down in the backfield. B.J. Rochelle. 2 big plays in a row from the senior. And this time, he moves Paris all the way behind the original line of scrimmage back to the 19-yard line. And the Wildcats are going to send in the kicking team for what will be a 36-yard field goal attempt.
And based on pregame, this is about where he started losing some wind in his kick.
He is have the wind to his back. This one is off and to the left, no good. And so the Hawk defense stiffens up. An interception set the Wildcats up at the PG-28. The Hawk defense comes in big. A couple of huge stops there by B.J. Rochelle, and Pleasant Grove gets the ball back here with 9:08 remaining in the first half. And so B.J. Rochelle, man, that's a couple of really big, timely plays there from the senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, last week he had 7 tackles and 1 solo tackle with 4 QB pressures, and already has a solo tackle for tonight and a big sack.
So the Hawks offense back on the field. Spencer Browning over on the left side. We'll see if we can get drive, click on down the field and get the score started. Halter under center. Hands it off to the right. Looks like Jamarian Richardson. That's Jay Rich, and there are several flags that come flying in, and so we'll see what the call is here. That calls from the flags from the referee and down the field. The Wildcat players seem to be signaling that it is in their favor.
Penalty marker at the 19.
So we'll see what the call is here. They hold against the Hawks. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. And so we'll try first down once again. So that time kind of a little zoom sweep play with Jay Rich around the right side. And it will be marked off from the spot of the foul, so it'll move the Hawks inside the 15-yard line. Move back and forth and back and forth. Now they're going to move all the way to the 10. So first down and 20, ball back to the 10-yard line. A bit of confusion out there. Maybe the referees aren't quite in midseason form either, Jay.
Well, and that could be the case, but I'm definitely glad to see them run that little bitty jet sweep across the line. That's a lot of success that Pleasant Grove has had in the past out of this wing team.
Alter and company get it cranked up from the 10. He fires down the field, incomplete. Just trying to connect with Noah Tenney. And it'll be second down and 20. So kind of a flood route there. You had a few different levels of receivers down the field. Just unable to make the connection there. It'll be second down. Hawks bringing the play in from the sideline. Jabrian Baltimore. Now he comes out to the left side of the formation. Halter under center. Pitches it out. Jay Rich now to the left side. Makes the first man miss. Takes a shot there from the second guy, but Jamarian Richardson brings it all the way up to the 25-yard line. That's a 15-yard carry. And it'll be third down and 5. And good to see Jay Rich out there doing some things with the balls in his hands.
Yeah, he had 87 yards rushing last week and 2 TDs and was only averaging 14.5 yards a carry.
Third down and 5. Yes, that's pretty good. I think they would take 14 yards to carry any day they could get them. Feel the stand shaking here as the cheerleaders from Paris implore the crowd to get involved. 3rd and 5 for the Hawks. Handoff off to the right side, not going to get there. It'll be 4th down and short. That's Roland Ritchie on the carry.
Yeah, Takarian Gray got through there quick and tried to arm tackle Roland and was just there enough to get him to slow down to once he got to the edge, and they made the stop.
So a punt by the Hawks will be down back at the 36-yard line. And so Paris will take over at their own 36. So the Hawks had the ball on the 21-yard line, and an untimely holding penalty. Really the story of that one is they come up 2 yards shy on 3rd down, forced to punt. 7:09 left in the first half. Scoreless so far here, as this has been a defensive battle.
It looks like Paris is going to bring Tyler Heath back in under center, or at least leading the team in the quarterback role.
2 to the left side now, 1 to the right side for Heath back in there. He has a man in motion, hand the ball. Tailback is Chris Houston once again. He got a bunch of totes down there near the line, and that time picks up 3 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, B.J. Rochelle there with a tackle there. And B.J. doing a real good job, cluttering up that center along with Zion Lewis there for Pleasant Grove.
Jalen Foster and Keedred Smith out at the defensive end positions right now on this drive. 2nd down and 7. They see where the defense sets up and adjusts. Quarterback Heath rolls to his left, wants to throw. Steps away from the first guy, throws underneath. This one complete to the tight end, Hudson Harper. He doesn't have anywhere to go once he catches it. It'll be a short gain on the play. It'll bring it 3rd down and 4 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Buck Anderson reading across the field there and was able to pick up the receiver, keeping him just short of a first down where we've got 3rd and 4 remaining. So we can take it to right at under 6 minutes remaining in this first half.
2 to the right, 1 to the left, a hard count. See if they get the Hawks to jump. Just fire it down the field, and it is. It's going to be a offsides against Pleasant Grove, and so hard count gets the defensive end on the left side across. And throw it up for a free play there, but 5 yards. We saw that last week in the Atlanta game. And this one's going to keep this drive going for the Wildcats. So they pick up a first down on the penalty up to the 47-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Paris from there. .546 remaining in the first half. Scoreless ball game. Wildcats with 1 receiver to each side. Man in motion left to right. They hand off to the quarterback Houston, the tailback Houston again, and there's that man once again, B.J. Rochelle. Bringing Houston down in the backfield. Loss of 2 on the play, back to the 45.
Yeah, BJ's just a force there in the center of the defensive line there, getting through there and not quite making a shoestring tackle, more of an ankle, maybe a high ankle tackle there, but a very, very good job to provide a negative play for Paris.
And Marion Jones and Lance Jackson back in at the defensive ends now. Heath wants to throw, throws it underneath. They have a screen pass set up. This one to number 7, Finch. Finch follows his blockers, and he'll have enough for the first down to the Hawk 41-yard line.
Yeah, Buck Anderson there to help slow him down, but Roland Ritchie coming across the field to actually make the tackle. But not before Paris does move it to the Hawk side of the field.
2 receivers left. Handoff Heath again, trying to come right. Again, not much doing. He'll be bottled up by several Hawks. B.J. Rochelle was there to slow him down at first. By the time it was done, about half the defense got involved with it. And it'll be 2nd down and 9 to go.
Yeah, just a swarm of Hawks there making that tackle. Just looking for that big play from one of these teams to take the goose eggs off the scoreboard.
Yeah, you feel like it's right there for either team, could break something at any time. 2 to the right side, 1 to the left side now for Heath. Man in motion right to left. He wants to throw. Little screen pass underneath. This one to Robertson. He's going to be brought down by Jaden Scales. But where the Wildcats weren't able to get much going with the ground game, they're using the screen pass to some effect here, and they have it 1st and 10 inside the Hawk 30 at the 29. This drive started at the 36. This time Heath has to throw it out of bounds as he had Lance Jackson in his face. Got it over in the area of Markeldrick Finch. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Stop the clock temporarily on the incomplete pass. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. See. Well, this one ends up here with just under 4 minutes left in the first half. Houston once again on the carry, once again strung out left to right. Buck Anderson out there to trip him up. Got some help from Jalen Foster.
Yeah, Jalen Foster doing a good job getting off of his block to be able to get out there and help make that stop, and just keeping that to a very short gain, if anything at all, for Paris.
Yeah, maybe half a yard or so. Still 3rd down and 10. Big 3rd down opportunity here for the Hawks. You feel like Paris is in 4-down territory. They missed a field goal from just inside here on the last drive. Pleasant Grove showing some blitz. And now the right tackle moved for the Wildcats. So they may have been trying something against the Hawks and confused their own player a little bit. So this one going to back Paris up 5 yards. They're at the 33-yard line. So we'll see if Coach Darby and the defensive staff maybe let the Hawks pin their ears back here on 3rd and long.
Well, at the top of the screen, you've got Roland Ritchie out there on an island in front of Lopez. And so I just see if maybe Heath tries to go a little one-on-one coverage on the outside.
Send Martavius Washington into the slot on the left. Heath wants to throw underneath, little screen pass set up again, and the Hawks read this one well. That's complete to Finch, but the first man out there right on cue is B.J. Rochelle. And it's going to be 4th down and 12 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, they've gone to that play quite a few times tonight, and just wondering if they're setting Pleasant Grove up to send a go route as they start playing up on red there.
Yeah, get somebody in the secondary to try to bite on a fake screen. 2 receivers split to each side. I think these coaches are probably going to call a timeout. We're at 5 seconds on the play clock, and I think they're just going to try to let as much time burn off here as they can, and they do. They call a timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Tired of the annual hassle of hanging holiday lights? Or the recurring cost of paying someone else to do it? Forget those struggles and invest in the convenience and year-round beauty of Gemstone Lights. Permanent architectural and holiday lighting that you control. With Gemstone Lights, access over 1,000 pre-built patterns for festivities throughout the year. Easily alter them through our user-friendly app. When not in season, Gemstone Lights serve as stunning permanent architectural lighting, bringing a continual majestic touch to your home. Experience the magic of Gemstone Lights today. Available through Livewire Electrical Services, Texarkana's authorized Gemstone Lights dealer.
All right, welcome back here to Paris. 4th down and 13 for the Wildcats on their own 31-yard line. Hawk defense looking for another stop here on this end of the field. A chess match between offense and defense. The Wildcats are going to empty the backfield, 3 to the left side, 2 on the right side. The quarterback is Tyler Heath, the sophomore. Looks into the thing, incomplete. Tried to set up a little crossing route underneath to Aldrin Gill, and that one was just off target, and the ball will go over on downs, and the Hawks will have it 1st down and 10. And so, Jay, 2 times the Wildcats have made it down here into Hawk territory. Results in a missed field goal and a turnover on downs, and so a good job by the Hawk defense to stiffen up. Now 2:11 left. PG with a chance to double up. The Hawks do get the ball to start the second half. We'll see if the offense can't get down and maybe get one of this goose egg off the board before we head into the halftime show. I want to remind you that the Showstoppers and the band will be performing at halftime. We'll be bringing that to you here on Game Day. Pitch out to Nick Bells. Bells able to turn it north and south when he gets to the hash marks. Picked up 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5, and the Wildcats with a man shaken up on the play. That's number 54, Matthew Rowland.
And number 55 is the Wildcat that made the stop. And just to share some scores that have been posted, looks like there may be a weather delay in the Texas High Liberty Christian game. But Texas High is trailing 7-10 in that particular game. And Tyler Chapel Hill Bulldogs lead the Gilmer Buckeyes 13-8. Texarkana Liberty Aloe Leopards leading the Henderson Lions 22-12. So excited to see Liberty Aloe extending a lead there. And here we have a 0-0 game with 2 minutes remaining.
They added some. They set you up for failure that time, Jay, because they added time back to the clock, and now it's running. So I don't know what they're doing down here in Paris. But
we'll let you know when the quarter's over.
We'll let you know, that's for sure. So the Hawks out on offense now. 2nd down and 5. 1 receiver wide to the right side. Halter rolls to his right, wants to throw. He's going to pull it down. Jared Halter finishing a run near the 40. Knocked out of bounds. He'll be just shy of the 1st down. Hawks will need a yard or 2 here on 3rd down.
Yeah, Halter did a good job there, lowering his shoulder, and Davian Harrison got the brunt of it. And he's actually on the other side of the field, not feeling very well, I believe.
Yeah, he said he heard Halter was a baseball player. He didn't expect all that coming around the corner there at him. But good hard run there by Jared Halter. Young man works to get his breath over there. Now he's able to make his way across the field. Maybe just got the breath knocked out of him just a little bit. The Hawks talk about it huddled up over on their side.
Yeah, that's one of those Halter hits that I was used to seeing whenever his older brother played middle linebacker for Texas High.
Yeah. So the white hat trying to get the 25-second clock set.
You'd like to see a team rally around a quarterback who's willing to
absolutely
lower his shoulder against somebody.
Halter again under center, wants to throw, looking
wide
left.
Open.
Fires it there. Nick Bells has it. 1st down. Bells will be brought down at the 48-yard line. Good play design that time. And Nick Bells comes out of the backfield. Now the Hawks using tempo. Quickly back to the line. 1 receiver wide to the left. Halter hands it off to Bells now. Bells looking for some room in the middle. Bells breaks into the secondary. Nick Bells is at the 30. Nick Bells is at the 20. It's a foot race near the 10. He'll be brought down inside the 10 near the 8. It's 1st and goal Hawks. 1:05 remaining in the 1st half.
Yeah, Malik Johnson there, the last Paris Wildcat, able to reach out and stop Nick Bells before moving on.
Quickly back to the line. Gut draw this time. Buck Anderson. Looks like he ran into the back of one of the offensive linemen there. It'll be 2nd down and goal. The Hawks do still have 2 timeouts. Halter with the pitch. Bells trying to come left. Cuts it upfield. Nick Bells gets it inside the 5. Down to the 3. The Wildcats did a good job to close in on that one. As we roll inside, 35 seconds left now.
Yeah, Adrian Gill there for the stop and tried to get the coach's attention. I believe he did want to try to come off the field. Looks like we do have a timeout called, though.
So the Hawks are going to call a timeout. They want to talk about it. We're going to stay here with it. 27 seconds left in the 1st half, and so a big reception by Nick Bells and a good run gets the Hawks down at 3rd down and goal from the 4. And so we're back on this play here. You can see Bells just get into the secondary. Boy, he spins off of a tackle. Big block there by Spencer Browning. And Nick Bells was in a foot race with Malik Johnson. Johnson just able to pull him down inside the 10 there. Appreciate the squad here with Texarkana Game Day and Coleman Productions for getting that beautiful replay for us to be able to show you what happened out there on the field.
Well, as we close out this 2nd half, definitely want to give Lone Star Heating and Air a thanks for coming on as a season sponsor today. And call Lone Star Heating and Air for all of your heating and cooling needs.
You definitely need some good air conditioning to work. So glad to have folks like Lone Star in the Texarkana area for sure.
Are we in two-down territory if needed?
We'll see. I don't know what kind of kicking we're going to do. Roland Ritchie tries to get it around the right side. He's going to be strung out. No gain on the play. And so we'll see if we're going for a kick here. And the Hawks are going to let this thing roll down to 2 seconds. And so we're going to take a timeout and talk about it. We'll see if we go for a kick here. I see a number 34.
I do not have him on, so he's coming off the soccer team.
34's not on the roster, but this drive, if you remember, started over inside the 20 after the Hawk defense forced a turnover on downs.
Also, the class of 1994 is in the house. Make some noise, class of 1994. Class of 1999.
Again, we will have the showstoppers and the band for you on here at halftime.
2009
But the Hawk football team looking to get this 0 off the board before we head into the halftime locker room, before we get to that point.
And that is indeed number 34 is the new kicker.
All right.
I believe I'm going to go with either Silas or Sulos. All I got was a scribbled last name from one of the coaches next door.
We'll say Silas maybe. This one from the right hash. Just a 20-yard attempt. Snap is back. Oh, the hold was bobbled. And this one is not going to go anywhere. A little bobble there. Jace Elrod was the holder. And that's the way the first half is going to end. We are knotted at 0. Both teams with a couple of opportunities. We'll come back for halftime here in just a moment.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Texline Card House, where the stakes are high and the cards are hotter than ever. Here at Texline Card House, we deal in excitement, strategy, and unforgettable moments. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a first-timer, our tables cater to every level of skill and ambition. Join the poker revolution where every hand could be your winning hand. Get in on the action. Come see us at pokeratlas.com for all of our updates and experience the game like never before. Texline Card House is the best little poker house in Texas.
Texar is a community-first credit union which has served members in and around the Texarkana area since 1951.
Having 3 offices and employing almost 100 people, today Texar serves citizens of Cass, Bowie, Little River, Miller, Red River, and Lamar counties.
Through the years, we've had many different names.
From our humble beginnings as Bowie County Teachers Credit Union to where we are today.
We are honored to offer our members quality service with exceptional products.
We also take pride in staying one step ahead when it comes to introducing the latest and greatest in banking technology.
From personal to commercial banking.
And turning houses into homes.
We believe in banking made easy.
To make life easier for you.
Your halftime entertainment, the Pleasant Grove Showstoppers. Your 2024-2025 Showstopper officers are Junior Lieutenant Sophie Douglas, Junior Lieutenant Taylor Harding Black, and Senior Captain Amy Waback. The Showstoppers have a dazzling cumulative 3.86 GPA and are under the direction of Jessica Bolton. Tonight, they perform their traditional field decline bonanza. The Pleasant Grove Showstoppers. Pleasant Grove Independent School District proudly presents for your continuing halftime entertainment, the award-winning Pleasant Grove High School Band. The Pleasant Grove Band is led on the field by drum majors, senior Deanna Dyer and junior Eden Venable. Color guard captain is junior Aubrey Franklin. Tonight, the band will be performing the first two movements of their 2024 competition show, Nostalgic. The Pleasant Grove High School Band. Pleasant Grove High School Band is under the direction of Jay Sutton, assisted by Devin Sykes, Jody Digby, Anna Sutton, Kevin Sutton, Tia Davenport, Don Colquitt, Austin Head, and Cannon Porterfield. Soprano saxophone soloist in tonight's performance was sophomore Gabriel Ellman. This week's section of the week is the clarinets. Veteran of the week is Antonio Morel, and the new member of the week is Raiden Glass. We would like to thank the band, Booster Club, school board, and administration for their continued support of our program. We would also like to thank our corporate sponsors, Red River Beef Company, Garrett Sporting Goods, Red River Credit Union, Renew Medical Spa, Lidwell, Luke Cedary, or Hyundai, or Honda, or Chevrolet, Livingston Trucking, You Store It, Mike Rogers Construction, Pinson Son Overhead Doors, Nevermore Tattoo Studio, Dots Rentals and Sales, Texarkana T-Shirt and Quilt, Bub Green Towing, Browning Homes, and Premier Outdoor Equipment. Go Hawks!
Diamond Bank walks with its customers through every step of life, side by side. From the first checking account in high school to the first home or business loan, Diamond Bank is committed to helping you with all of your financial needs. Diamond Bank's growth is the result of the growth of our customers, and we want to help you feel that same growth. We are proud to have the ability to give back to our local school districts, community organizations, veterans, customers, and more in a multitude of ways. Come discover the Diamond Bank difference with local people making local decisions for our local community. Stop by our current location in Texarkana at 5714 Richmond Road or visit us online at www.diamond.bank to see our products and services. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
For their continuing support and are looking forward to a great season. Tonight, the Blazettes will be performing the routine to the hit song Timber, played by the Paris High School Blue Blazes Band. We hope that you enjoy their performance. And now, to continue your halftime entertainment, please welcome to the field the Paris High School Marching Band under the field direction of drum majors Jacqueline Rodriguez, Stephanie Gutierrez, and Amari Lawrence. Color guard captains are Michaela Perkins, Alyssa Anderson, and Edward Grimes. This evening, the band will perform part one of their competition show entitled Paris. It features soloists Chloe Easton and Miranda Hernandez on La Festine from the animated hit movie Ratatouille. The Wildcats of the Week are Mariah Nichols, Alexa Fisher, Xavier Johnson, and Keely Bellamy. Section of the Week is the Accordions. Paris High School proudly presents the Paris Blue Blazes Marching Band. Directors for the Paris Blue Blazers Band are Charles Grissom, Brian Ewing, Beverly Ewing, Emma Brock, Parker Snell, and Mackenzie Webb. The color guard is under the direction of Angela Ramirez and Daniela Ortega.
My name is Doug Willett. I own M&M Tire and Auto Center. We've been here for over 40 years. We're just a mom and pop place. We service any type of vehicle that you can think of. We do front end alignments. We've got the best front end alignment machine guys here. And we also do AC work for the new Freon, which is the 1234 FY. We do that too. Plus tires. Now that's the major thing. Cooper Tire employees, we're really special with them. We give you 15% off, plus also you get your Goodyear employee refunds back on your tires, which is great for you. Extra value is what you get when you buy from Doug Willett. Don't worry, my guys will take care of you too.
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
Tired of the annual hassle of hanging holiday lights? Or the recurring cost of paying someone else to do it? Forget those struggles and invest in the convenience and year-round beauty of Gemstone Lights. Permanent architectural and holiday lighting that you control. With Gemstone Lights, access over 1,000 pre-built patterns for festivities throughout the year. Easily alter them through our user-friendly app. When not in season, Gemstone Lights serve as stunning permanent architectural lighting, bringing a continual majestic touch to your home. Experience the magic of Gemstone Lights today. Available through Livewire Electrical Services, Texarkana's authorized Gemstone Lights dealer.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
And welcome back to the field of play with visiting Pleasant Grove Hawks.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Paris as we get ready to start the second half. We're able to see the Pleasant Grove Showstoppers and the Pleasant Grove Band perform at halftime. The band doing the first two sections of their new show called Nostalgic. And so you'll for sure want to be out at Hawk Stadium next week for homecoming to check that one out. Pleasant Grove will start on offense. The first half ending there on the missed opportunity at a field goal. Just a little bit of a low snap and couldn't get the hold down there. Each team had 5 possessions in the first half. The Wildcats had a missed field goal, and the Hawks with that missed opportunity at the end. Everything else didn't net much more from there. So here we are ready to get the second half kicked off, see if we can get some things to change here. And Jaden Scales will receive for the Hawks and look for some room around the left side, and Scales gets up across the 30, spins off of the first would-be tackler, gets it up around the 33-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will have it, first down and 10.
Yeah, Scales advances the ball about 7 yards before he hits a wall of Paris Wildcats. This does start the third quarter, and I'm hoping to see a little more from both teams in this second half.
A little more from both, a little more from the Hawks than the Wildcats. But, yeah, it's I was talking to a couple of guys on their end of the booth when I went down to announce band, and both of us said, well, we're both just kind of learning something, about our own teams here this early in the season. Brody Watts on the carry for the Hawks. He had a couple of good hard runs there in the first half, and here he jumps out 5 yards on first down for Pleasant Grove, second down and 5. And that's really in this offense, you want to be able to do at least that on each play to methodically go down the field. And so we'll see what type of adjustments each team made at halftime as we come out here in the second. This time Nick Bales coming around the right side. He cuts it back upfield. Up across the 40 to the 41. It'll be second down and 2. We did see Jared Halter and Walker Wright both throwing the ball back and forth to each other over on the sideline. But so far tonight, Halter, the only trigger man in the game for the Hawks. Spencer Browning bringing the call in now from the sideline. He'll head out to the left side of the formation as the Hawks break the huddle. Halter pitches it. This time Jay Rich, Jamarian Richardson looking for some room around the left side, and he turns on the Jets. Gets it into Wildcat territory, shoved out of bounds inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 Hawks, and Jay Rich has a little burst of speed that he shows off when he gets the ball out there in space.
Yeah, Jay Rich getting around the corner and getting, looks like we had a flag on the play, so this is coming back.
That'll be a hold here. I could see their coach kind of yelling out to the white hat at the end of that last play. Maybe imploring them from something. This one, an illegal block in the back of the call. And it was thrown at the Paris 49-yard line. So they will mark it off from there to the opposite 41. So it'll be 3rd down and 2. So it'll still be a net positive, but it will negate a really long run there by Jamarian Richardson. 3rd down and 2 now as the clock rolls inside 10.5 left. One receiver out to the left now is Halter. Brings him out, hands this one off to Roland Ritchie. Roland Ritchie has enough for the 1st down, gets it up near midfield. Brought down at the Hawk 48, and it'll be 1st and 10, Pleasant Grove.
Yeah, that stop was by Davian Harrison, and looks like we're having an early dose in this second half of a little 1-2 punch in Jamarian Rich and Roland Ritchie, and this could be the little catalyst that Pleasant Grove needs to get the ball into the end zone.
Something to try to get it, something moving. Again, quickly back to the line after they break the huddle. Ritchie, once again, Roland Ritchie. And you can see these backs, they're content to try to take it toward the sideline, but as soon as they see a hole open north and south, they're going to cut up field. This one about halfway between the hash marks and the numbers there. And Roland Ritchie picks up 7 yards, maybe 6. 2nd down and 4 as he gets it to the Paris 45-yard line.
Yeah, Paris just making 4 different substitutions during this down. Getting some fresh Wildcats on the field.
Pitch out to the left side now, back with Nick Bells. Nick Bells is going to have a 1st down for the Hawks. Gets it inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line. So we talked about on that 1st down play to pick up a 5 yards. That's what this offense wants to do, just sort of chew up 4- and 5-yard chunks at a time. And now the Hawks in business inside Wildcat territory.
Yeah, good job there by Lance Jackson keeping his defensive back basically blocked in order for Pleasant Grove to get that 1st down.
Browning back in over at receiver. This time a little gut draw. Buck Anderson this time on the carry. And so Buck, a little fullback draw there, picks up 7 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
And those outside runs is what sets those little gut draws up for yardage like that. And Takarian Gray for Paris there for the stop on Buck Anderson.
Jaden Scales is now the wide receiver over on the left side. Halter hands off to Buck Anderson again. That time Buck following Landon West. He'll be about a yard shy of the 1st down. 3rd down and 1. So a little bit of a heavy package there when you got Buck Anderson following Landon West into the hole. Wildcats do a good job to bottle that one up after a short gain.
Yeah, that was 22 on 22. 22 number Chris Garcia there making the stop on number 22, Buck Anderson. Takes us right to the 8-minute mark for this 3rd quarter.
Hawks will scrimmage from the Paris 30. 3rd down and 2.
Drop
Ball's
the ball
on the ground. We'll see who got back on it. There's a scrum down there. Looks like the Hawks are going to retain possession, but that could have been extra scary. It will be 4th down, though. No gain on the play. And I tell you, if Paris is looking for a quarterback, this young lady cheerleader down here on the track who just bounced this plastic football off of our window up here way high in the press box. They might need to check her out. I wonder if she's a softball player. 4th and 1 for the Hawks, and the ball again comes out. Almost looked like Halter got stepped on, and so that will be a turnover on downs. And so an offensive drive is clicking along for the Hawks to start the second half. And we will have a turnover on downs, and so it will now be Paris ball.
You know, we did see he and Walker Wright throwing the ball before third quarter. You're just wondering if you're going to see Walker Wright later in the game under center.
Yeah, just a couple little, not really exactly sure what the issue was on those last two, but something going on there with the exchange. 2 to the left side now, 1 to the right side. Wildcats back in business. Heath is the quarterback, and they're going to feed the ball to Chris Houston once again. He got a lot of totes in the first half. He gets it up to the 35-yard line. They'll pick up a 4, 2nd down and 6. And now the Wildcats trying to use a little bit of tempo, so maybe this is a wrinkle they're going to show here in the second half. Try to get a swing pass out here to Marcevius Washington. He's unable to see that one in. Was just trying to pick up a couple of blocks from some receivers. And it'll be 3rd down and 7 to go.
Yeah, the quick tempo is not something that we've seen out of the Wildcats very much at all tonight.
Yeah, now they're going to go ahead and huddle back up. So I thought maybe they, coming out with the second half plan, maybe they just had a couple of plays dialed up early. Man in motion right to left. They give it to him, a little shovel pass. Saw this quite a bit last night in the JV game, and the Hawks read that one well. Jace Elrod comes up, makes the stop on the ball carrier, and it's going to be 4th down, and the Wildcats look to be set to punt. Back to receive for the Hawks is James Solomon. He's going to field it at the 25-yard line. He's looking for a return. Gets up across the 30, across the 35. James Solomon's across the 40, and he's at midfield. James Solomon still on his feet inside Wildcat territory, all the way down to the 41-yard line. Good return there by James Solomon. And the Hawks will start this drive in Paris Wildcat territory.
Yeah, anytime your punt returner is tackled by the punter, that's going to be a good return. Tyler Heath there for the Wildcats making the stop, but not before he crossed the midfield line and got it all the way to the Paris 42-yard line.
And so the Hawks, with an offensive drive working as we started this half, we'll see if maybe we can pick something up on that after a couple of miscues ended the last one. Yep, this time looked like the right side got moving just a little bit too fast. And so we'll back it up 5 yards. And we'll try 1st down once again. This moves it up to the 47-yard line. It'll make it 1st down and 15. Now Spencer Browning comes out as they're going to send the play call in with Seth Gundlach. He heads out to the right side. Everybody else in tight. Right side heavy on the play. Pitch out. Nick Bells. Bells looking for some room, and Nick Bells has some. He's at the 30. Nick Bells is going to be inside the 25, drug down there. And Nick Bells has the Hawks set up deeper in Wildcat territory down at the 24-yard line. Tempo now. Again, handoff Bells. Bells down to the 20. 4-yard pickup on 1st down, 2nd down and 6. Halter once again wanting everyone to move. Back in the backfield with Bells is Brody Watson, 23. And now a hard count. It looks like somebody on the Hawk offensive line got moving just a little bit early.
Yeah, that right side wanted to get out there and get their block taken care of. A little early.
And so we'll back it up 5 yards, still have second down. It'll make it second down and 11. Just under 5.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. And now the Hawks wait for the play to come in from the sideline with Spencer Browning. He'll head out to his position, and the Hawks will break the huddle and want to move quickly once they do. Lance Jackson back in out there, as well as Roland Ritchie. Buck Anderson is the fullback. And something there, a little bit of confusion, I think. Halter turned, and I think he expected somebody to be there in the flat. Pulled it down to try to run, and was brought down in the backfield. It'll be third down and 14 to go. Lance Jackson was running down toward the end zone. I don't know if Roland Ritchie was supposed to do a little hitch out, Jay, or maybe who was supposed to be there, but it looked like Halter was looking for somebody there in the flat.
Yeah, I think Ritchie was asked to go to the flat, or maybe Halter just maybe missed Jackson. I don't know.
Halter wants to throw, looking right, fires, caught. Lance Jackson will be out near the 20. Still be short of the first down. It'll be it'll be fourth down and 5 to go.
Yeah, Jacob Davis out there on the outside with Lance Jackson forcing him out of bounds. And that does take us to 4 minutes and 8 seconds.
So we did have a little shakeup on the front of the offensive line. The tackles have changed. So Patterson went to right tackle instead of left. And then Desmond Hutchison is in over on the left side. Little bottle up in the backfield here on fourth down. And again, maybe just a miscue there. Jamarian Richardson on the carry, but a couple of Hawks running into each other. And so we'll have a turnover on down. So that drive was set up in Wildcat territory at the 42. A good punt return by James Solomon. We got it down all the way inside the 25, but the ball will go over on downs to the Wildcats.
Yeah, Chris Garcia there, number 22 for Paris, blowing that play up and able to get the ball back into the Wildcats' hands after a turnover on downs.
So 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Scoreless ball game so far. Both defenses getting the better of the offenses so far on this evening. The Hawk defense did force a 3-and-out on the first offensive possession for the Wildcats in this half. And we'll see if we can keep that going here. Keidred Smith out there at the defensive end, and he's going to make the tackle here on Chris Houston. So the big back, Chris Houston, still getting the majority of the load for the Wildcats, and after a short 2-yard gain, he's brought down by the freshman Smith.
Yeah, Smith had 6 tackles last week, and 5 of those solo. And 3.5 of those were tackle for loss with a sack.
Corey Cranford and B.J. Rochelle, the defensive tackles. The end on the left side is Jalen Foster. One receiver split to each side. Again, the handoff to Houston. They just try to run at the heart of this Hawk defense, and so far Pleasant Grove able to stiffen, and now Lance Jackson comes in after getting a breather over on the sideline. Keidred Smith comes out in place of him.
Yeah, B.J. Rochelle there to bottle up the middle and get that tackle. Takes us to the 3-minute mark.
Two receivers left side, one receiver right side now. The quarterback back in is Galligan. He rolls to his left, and he's going to be brought down from behind. Good play there. Lance Jackson comes all the way from the defensive end position to pull the quarterback down in the backfield. Looks like there is a flag out there. Is that a flag on the field, or what do we got?
Yeah, it does look like
yep, there's a flag. on the play. It came in from the linesman on the Hawk side of the field. So we'll see what the call is here. Holding against Paris, the Hawks are going to decline that. Of course, they'll take the result of that play with the tackle in the backfield. And so on 4th down and 10, Wildcats will be forced to punt once again. James Solomon standing right at midfield waiting on the punt. He'll field it at the 42-yard line. Look for some room, gets across midfield. And this one will start just inside Wildcat territory near the 49-yard line. So a big drive there by the PG defense. Once again, forces the 3 and out. Big play to end that one by Lance Jackson to bring the quarterback down in the backfield. And the Hawks with some favorable field position here. And we're going to see what this flag is. This one now called from the Wildcat sideline. That's a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, against the Wildcats. And so that's going to add to the end of the James Solomon return. And so the Hawks will start at the 37-yard line of the Wildcats. And Jay, Hawk offense is going to need to take advantage of this time and get down here and turn this into something. And we're working this clock here. You can see kind of, if you see the clock in the bottom there, is Jay and I having a team effort talking to a clock at the same time, and that's what you got there. That's our combined team effort there, Jay. So good thing we're not out there on the field. Halter hands the ball off to Nick Bells. Bells follows big KJ Greer into the middle. Picks up 3 yards on the plays. He gets inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be 2nd down now for the Hawks.
That's a great name to be calling out this week. KJ went down with a knee injury last game and ended up being no tears or anything, and really surprised he was able to get through the soreness and pain to get that center spot tonight, but definitely glad to see him on the field this evening.
Absolutely, certainly an anchor of that offensive line there at the center position. Halter with the snap, pitches it out to Bells. Bells met in the backfield this time. That one was sniffed out well by number 22 for the Wildcats, Chris Garcia. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. When we talked about that, Jay, not a ton of 3rd down behind the stick calls in this offense. I do think sometime as the season goes on, we'll probably see a little bit of that pistol and maybe some of the spread formations that this team does know how to run. You've got a couple of quarterbacks that can sling it around, and so there may be some times that we begin to see all of that. Hawks send Gunlock out to the right side. Everyone else in the backfield. Fake the handoff. Want to throw down the field. Incomplete, just out of reach of the intended receiver. That was Noah Tenney. And Tenney had a step on the defender, and it was just slightly overthrown, and it'll bring up 4th down now for the Hawks.
Yeah, Tenney able to get a step or two on the Wildcat defensive back, but just not enough air under the ball for him to be able to run under it.
So you feel like you're in 4-down territory here if you're the Hawks, so might as well go for it. So it'll be 4th down and 11 from the Wildcat 34-yard line. 2 receivers out left, and now we'll have a timeout. Hawks, we'll stay here with them as we're this close to the end of this 3rd quarter, but Jay, we haven't seen them throw it around a lot. That time, probably one of the best opportunities that we've seen, just a little bit out of reach. But again, so far, the second half, the story has been the defense. The Hawk defense, though, has still stiffened, forcing 2 3-and-outs.
Yeah, and coming into this game, I think both teams knew that their defenses were going to be their strengths, and that's definitely what we've seen tonight. I just did not think that the offenses would be held to zeros going into the 4th quarter. But 49 seconds here. Pleasant Grove still has one down before they would have to give it back if they don't get the 12 yards. But the offensive production on both teams has definitely been not expected.
Yeah, and really
coming
just
into the game.
A few little miscues on both sides have kind of plagued both teams. One thing each of these teams has, though, is some athletes out there who are home run hitters, and so we'll see how this goes. This time this is intercepted once again by the Wildcats. This will be the second time there's an interception in this game, and this time it may be returned all the way back, and it will.
And I was about to question why you intercepted that ball, but I guess that would be the reason why.
And so Malik Johnson
had one last week.
2 weeks in a row. This one a pick six from the one. And you can see Halter threw it up, trying to get it to Lance Jackson. Overthrew Lance. Lance had a chance there trying to stop his own momentum and get back on him. And you can see the other receiver comes in to get a stop on him. And he was just able to get away from the rest of that Hawk offense and get down for a score. And we talked about teams have explosive athletes, and that's one there for the Wildcats as he's able to get down and put this one in. And now we wait the extra point. Jump. That kick is up and good. 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Paris 7, Pleasant Grove 0. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Tired of the annual hassle of hanging holiday lights? Or the recurring cost of paying someone else to do it? Forget those struggles and invest in the convenience and year-round beauty of Gemstone Lights. Permanent architectural and holiday lighting that you control. With Gemstone Lights, access over 1,000 pre-built patterns for festivities throughout the year. Easily alter them through our user-friendly app. When not in season, Gemstone Lights serve as stunning permanent architectural lighting, bringing a continual majestic touch to your home. Experience the magic of Gemstone Lights today. Available through Livewire Electrical Services, Texarkana's authorized Gemstone Lights dealer.
Welcome back here to Paris. 25 seconds remain in the third quarter as we await the kickoff. The interception return for a touchdown. The first points of the evening here in this one. High end over end kick, fair caught by the Hawks' Jaden Scales, and so Pleasant Grove will start this drive in their own territory at the 19-yard line. So that last drive started at the plus 37. Got it there on fourth down, and slide overthrow there by Halter is intercepted, and then just a really a good return there by Malik Johnson, senior defensive back for the Wildcats, able to get in and get the score because so far both offenses have been stymied on the evening. Well, here we go. So it goes to the 25. That's that new rule. If you fair catch it inside the 25, you get it at the 25-yard line. The ref's not quite in midseason form either, but they got it there. Of course, you and I weren't calling them out on it, so there we are. First and 10 for the Hawks on the 25. Jared Halter brings them out. Spencer Browning is the receiver on the right side. We've picked up some yards on offense in the second half, just unable to punch it in so far. Nick Bell's the man in motion. They hand the ball off to Brody Watts. Watts, little off tackle left, is going to pick up about 11 yards on first down. That'll move the sticks.
Yeah, Davian Harrison taking the lick from Brody there, but not before he was able to get more than 10 yards. That's going to take us underneath the 10-second mark here in this third quarter.
See if the Hawks get the snap off. They do. Little gut draw. This time Buck Anderson. No, that was Brody Watts once again. Looks like 22 out there. Watts gets it all the way down to up to the 45. It'll be second down and 1, but that's the way the third quarter is going to end. Your score at the end of 3, Paris 7, Pleasant Grove 0. We'll take a break and come back for the final stanza. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Diamond Bank walks with its customers through every step of life, side by side. From the first checking account in high school to the first home or business loan, Diamond Bank is committed to helping you with all of your financial needs. Diamond Bank's growth is the result of the growth of our customers, and we want to help you feel that same growth. We are proud to have the ability to give back to our local school districts, community organizations, veterans, customers, and more in a multitude of ways. Come discover the Diamond Bank difference with local people making local decisions for our local community. Stop by our current location in Texarkana at 5714 Richmond Road or visit us online at www.diamond.bank to see our products and services. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
We're back about to start the fourth quarter of this game, but I do want to give a quick shout out to our second half sponsor, Cook Drywall and Acoustical Supply. Cook Drywall and Acoustical Supply strives to be the supplier of choice for quality architectural finishes, gypsum products, tools, and accessories. Call Cook Drywall and Acoustical Supply for all of your drywall and acoustical supply needs.
You walk around that newly renovated middle school, look up at that nice clean ceiling all the way through there, that drop ceiling. All that came from Cook Drywall. So appreciate them being sponsors. Halter brings the offense back out, hands it off to Brody Watts again, and Brody Watts is going to move the sticks as he gets the Hawks inside Wildcat territory down to the 48-yard line. Good hard run there by the senior tailback.
Yeah, not sure how many tackles Chris Garcia has had so far tonight, but he was there to make that stop, but not after a Pleasant Grove Hawk first down.
So 1 quarter to try to get this thing broken open for Pleasant Grove. Hand the ball off to Nick Bells. Bells coming in there. And you can see Coach Harmon over on the sideline. He was frustrated before that play started, so something wasn't quite right, and there was a penalty at the end of it, a false start against the Hawks. It'll be a 5-yard penalty to make it first down and 15 to go.
And just some inopportune mistakes really costing some momentum for Pleasant Grove the last 2 drives.
Spencer Browning brings in the call. Moves over to the left side of the formation. Buck Anderson in at tailback. They hand it off to him. Buck looking for some room around the right side, and Buck Anderson has some. He's going to get down inside the 30, all the way down near the 26-yard line. Good run there by Buck Anderson, just off tackle to the right. And the Hawks are quickly back to the line now.
Yeah, David Harrison catching Buck Anderson from behind, but not before he does get it just inside the 30 or 27-yard line. I wouldn't call that the 26.
Hawks back to the line. Halter hands the ball off to Buck again. Buck trying to come left, does a good job to protect the ball. Gets it down inside the 20. It'll be about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be second down and 1 from the 17.
And Chris Garcia hanging on to Buck there to get another tackle in the stat book for him.
Buck comes out to get a breather. Brody Watts comes in for him. And now Jaden Scales bringing the play in from the sideline. Nick Bells is out to the left. Brody Watts is the tailback. They give it to Watts, little draw up the middle. He'll have enough for the first down. Took a pretty good shot at the end of that one, but he does get first down yardage. Matthew Rowland making the tackle for the Wildcats. 1st and 10, though, for the Hawks at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, plenty of room for Pleasant Grove to get a first down without scoring.
This time they bring Halter and Browning both over to discuss the play, and now Jarrett coming in to talk to the team about it. 15 seconds on the play clock as they break the huddle. Brody Watts, the deep man. They give to him. Watts dives into the middle. Picks up 2 on the play down to the 13-yard line. That time Parrish did a good job to close in that one quickly. Now they bring Nick Bells out, and Jamarian Richardson comes into the ball game.
Yeah, Cameron Floyd coming in from that linebacker position there to make the stop for Paris.
So Jaden Withard comes out. He looked to be limping just a little bit there. And Jackson Patterson comes in from him. A couple of sophomores out there on the offensive line. Jay Rich in motion. They pitch to him. Jamarian Richardson cuts it upfield. He'll be brought down inside the 10. And I tell you, when Jay Rich gets north and south, he covers some yards in a hurry. Hawks will be just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and a long 2. Ball's at the 7.
Yeah, linebacker Takarian Gray coming up for the stop. Senior Wildcat.
And now one of the Hawk linemen moved a little bit early. And that's going to back us up 5 yards. We can hear the coaches reacting here. Our iPad running the scoreboard ran out of juice on us. Excuse me, running the time clock. There's 8:27 remaining in the ball game. The 5-yard penalty, the bigger story on this, is it moves the Hawks back across the 10 to the 12. Pleasant Grove can pick up a first down at the 5.
Jay Rich is in the game, who did have 2 TD rushing TDs last week.
Richardson and Buck Anderson, the backs. They give it to Jay Rich. He's trying to turn the corner. But the Wildcats looking for it the whole way. And big number 55, Jeremiah Smith, meets him in the backfield, and now it'll be 4th down and 10 to go. The Hawks will have to keep the offense out there and try to score 10 yards. Halter rolls to his right, wants to throw, fires, intercepted. This time it's picked off by Dadarian Morgan. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 21-yard line. And so the Wildcats will have it once again. You can see Coach Darby getting the defense ready to head back out there.
Yeah, defense is going to have to make a big stop here. We've got 7 minutes and 33 seconds remaining to tie this game back up. And Pleasant Grove just not having any answers on the offensive side of the ball tonight.
Last 2 Pleasant Grove drives ended with interceptions. This one right down here near the goal line. 7:33 remaining. And the Hawk defense needs to get a stop here. This will be a great spot for a turnover for Pleasant Grove. As you can imagine, Paris is going to try to grind this thing out. Little shovel pass to the crossing receiver. That's number 6, Keyshawn Roberts. Jabry and Baltimore will come up and make the tackle. Be a 3-yard gain, 2nd down and 7 to go.
Yeah, Jabron able to lock up with Wildcat and bring him down. And Kidred Smith came in late to make sure that the Wildcat did not get any further. Now under 7 minutes remaining in the second half.
2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left side. Do a hard count, see if the Hawks will tip their hand about blitzes or anything like that. You did see Jace Elrod showing some pressure over on the left side of the offense. And the ball off to Houston. He goes off tackle to the right, and he gets what is probably his biggest run of the evening, all the way up across the 45-yard line to the 46. Houston a big back and been bottled up most of the night, kind of kept pounding, and that time he breaks one open. Gets it up to the 46. 1st and 10 Wildcats.
Yeah, Jaron Baltimore, the last Hawk to finally bring him down. But not before he does get it to the 46-yard line of the Wildcats.
2 receivers left side, 1 receiver right side. And the ball off to Houston again. This time they are just driving right at the heart of that Hawk defense into Pleasant Grove territory down to the 46-yard line. Lance Jackson makes the tackle, but it's a pickup of 8 on 1st down for Houston.
Yeah, Chris Houston there, very, very patient running behind his line there as they were able to open up that hole.
Of course, offensive lines like being able just to pin their ears back and drive forward. Again, they get the call. Houston, once again, this time they'll be brought down in the backfield. Brody Watts, the first man there. Lance Jackson coming in to help clean that one up. It'll be a loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down and 3. Big 3rd down opportunity for the Hawks here. If you can get a stop at the line of scrimmage or maybe even a tackle for loss, probably going to force a Wildcat punt as the clock rolls just inside of 5 minutes remaining. Houston instead will pick up the 1st down. Just drives the right side of the line down inside the 40, down to the 39. It'll move the chains. 1st down, Wildcats.
Yeah, Wildcat line has had the best go of it this series. Houston running very tough behind them.
Coaches calling in their plays from the sideline, 2 to the left side, 1 to the right side. Again, hard count as they look over to the sideline. They move Houston over to the right in the backfield. He gets the carry again. This time hit quickly. The first man there, Jalen Foster for the Hawks. Lance Jackson and DeCorey Cranford involved with it as well.
Yeah, one of the team captains, Buck Anderson, doing what he can to try to get his defense fired up there. Three minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the game.
It'll be 2nd down and 7 to go. Ball at the 37-yard line. Houston again. Be stopped at the 35. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Again, a big opportunity for the Hawk defense to give the offense another chance at the field. 3:20 now and counting.
B.J. Rochelle in on that tackle. Defense really looking to make a big stop here to force a 4th down to these Wildcats.
Do the hard count, still 12 seconds on the play clock. Now again to Houston, tries to go left. The Hawks read it well. String him out. And Coach Gibson calls a timeout. Stops the clock at 2:40. 4th down and 5. And so Most likely waiting on a Paris punt, depending on what kind of return the Hawks can get. You would start at least your own 25-yard line. That may be something if Paris is looking at it, 4th down and 5.
You're only giving up 5 yards if you, or 5 to 10 yards
5
if
to
you
10
don't get
yards,
it.
you may do it and see if you can burn up some more clock. And so this will be a big 4th down play.
Well, DeCorey Cranford is the one who came in and put the pressure on that last play, and that would be something to continue to see that defensive line do for the remainder of this game, to really start putting a little bit more pressure on the Wildcats. But Pleasant Grove still needing a score just to get this game tied at 7.
You'd be surprised to see Paris put it in the air, but also maybe an opportunity to try to catch the Hawk defense selling out to the run. So definitely a cat and mouse game between coordinators, and we'll see where this one ends up. 4th down and 5. You can see Jaden Scales asking the band and everybody to get loud, and Mr. Sutton cranks the band up.
You've got to think this is going to number 5.
You would think so, unless they do a little trickery, and looks like they're going to come out of Pleasant Grove's playbook as they huddle up and see if they come out quickly to the line. They do add 4 seconds back to the clock, so it'll be at 2:44. Now they whistle the play ready. Quarterback roll out. They are going to throw, and it's going to be caught. It's the big tight end, Hudson Harper, only his 2nd target of the evening. None bigger than that one as he gets it down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line, and it's 1st and goal Wildcats.
Yeah, that may be a bigger reception than the 60-yard TD score he had in the previous game.
Yeah. Yeah, that one came at an opportune time. And again, that's that kind of gamesmanship, back-to-back, cat and mouse that you got going on there of what's each team going to do. That time they found a little opening in the Hawk defense. Houston still the tailback in the backfield. They give it to him in the middle. He'll be bottled up right near the 7. Maybe a half a yard on the play.
Yeah, B.J. Rochelle actually made a twisting move to get off of his block to make that stop.
It'll be 2nd down and goal. The Hawks have Jamie King coming in, as well as Zion Lewis.
A little beefier defense.
We'll try to bottle up some of that. B.J. Rochelle still in there. DeCorey Cranford still in there. The defensive ends are Jalen Foster and Lance Jackson. So certainly your goal line defense, linebackers. You got Buck Anderson, Landon West. And looks like the Wildcats are going to take a timeout. They want to talk about it. We're going to take the final timeout of the evening for us. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.
Craving Tex-Mex that tastes like home? Look no further than Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Family owned and operated since 1992, we bring Texarkana the freshest flavors this side of the border. We use only the highest quality ingredients, with fresh vegetables chopped daily. Our salsa is made from scratch with steam-peeled Roma tomatoes for a taste that explodes with flavor. We don't settle for anything less than USDA All-American meats, like our signature skirt steak fajitas. Every dish is made with love, from our kitchen to your table. Make Tamales your go-to spot for Taco Tuesdays, Enchilada Wednesdays, or any day you're craving a taste of home. Tamales Mexican Kitchen. Real, fresh Tex-Mex, tastes like home.
Welcome back here to Paris. 1:20 remaining in the ball game. The Wildcats take a timeout. They have it 2nd down and goal to go from the 7. Wildcats with 2 timeouts remaining, the Hawks with 1. So the Wildcats got a big 4th down reception from Hudson Harper to set them up down here with goal to go. Now for the first time, Heath goes under center. Hands the ball off to Houston, and he's going to be bottled up right near the line of scrimmage. And the Hawks are going to use their final timeout. Stop the clock at 1:12. So Houston got it down to the 5. It's 3rd and goal from there. If they don't get in for a score, they can take it down to probably about 20 seconds or so. They do have a missed field goal. The Hawks had a couple of times inside the red zone. They had a hold issue on a field goal to end the first half. First time we got down there, and then had an interception on a play that we had down inside the 10 here in the second half. The only score so far of the evening, a defensive score from Paris on a 99-yard interception return for a touchdown. We've got a lot of rain going on at home. My day job's kind of crossing over with us. Big play here on 3rd down. Hand the ball off to Houston. Nope. Is a false start. And I tell you what, that one is good luck for the Hawks because they faked the handoff to Houston. And Tyler Heath ran a little bootleg around the left side. And nobody from Pleasant Grove was over there, but play was whistled dead for a false start. That'll back it up to the 10. And it will be 3rd down and goal from there.
Yeah, last week Tyler actually had 69 rushing yards, so that's not necessarily a mystery that he would be able to tuck it and run.
Not sure how we lost 5 seconds on a false start. I want the clock set to 1:12. So we'll get it turned back up. There we go. All right, so 3rd down and 10 after the false start penalty. Hawks with another chance for a stop here. This time a little dive in the middle. Nothing doing. So the Hawks force 4th down. It's 4th and goal from the 10. There's about a 10-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. They waited a long time to start that play clock. So there will be about 10 seconds, and we'll see what the White Hat's going to say here, because I think they're going to certainly, nope, they're going to wait for a timeout. So the Wildcats call a timeout with 17 seconds left. And so I think that's what, I think the referees looked up to see there were 57 seconds on the clock when the 40-second clock should have started. And so I think the White Hat told him this is when you're going to have to take your timeout if you want to have it. 17 seconds, the Wildcats, this would be a 27-yard field goal if they try it. I think they may try to throw something in here. Leave it up to a last-ditch opportunity for the Hawks.
Yeah, I was just posed a question, when was the last time that Pleasant Grove has been shut out? And it's been a while.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look back in the records a little bit. So the Wildcats call a timeout. The Hog defense is back out there. B.J. Rochelle, Lance Jackson, Corey Cranford, and Jalen Foster, the men up front. Marion Richardson is at a corner. Over at safety, you've got Brody Watts, Buck Anderson, Landon West at linebacker. From the shotgun, they hand the ball off once again to Houston. And he's going to be tackled shy of the first down at the 4. So the Hawks have 11 seconds and 96 yards to go. One last opportunity to try to get something going on here.
Yeah, maybe a play that you draw on the grass.
Yeah, I was going to say, just
a couple of pitches and throws, and
kind of one of those, you need something good to happen, you need to get a little bit lucky. So the Hawks bring it in. They'll be scrimmaging from their own 4-yard line. Plays whistled ready as they come down. Halter under center. Rolls out. No, hands it off. Ball goes to Jamarian Richardson. Jay Rich with some room around the right side. He goes out of bounds. There's still a second on the clock. Jamarian Richardson. The people down there for Paris tried their best to get that clock to run out. Waited till the good third swing there by the referee to stop it. He gets it across midfield to the 48.
Yeah,
This will be the final play.
Yeah, you've got to think that furthest he's going to be able to get the ball in the air is probably to the 10, maybe the 5-yard line. Paris fans on their feet.
Halter under center. Again, hands it off to Richardson. Jay Rich looking for some room. Comes across to the left. Jamarian Richardson is at the 10. He'll be brought down at the 5, just shy. And that's the way this one is going to end. Your final here in Paris. Wildcats 7, Hawks 0.
Paris getting the homecoming win over the Pleasant Grove Hawks. So they'll be able to do some celebrating tonight. Pleasant Grove, long trip back where they will start thinking about the Dangerfield game coming up for their homecoming game. Definitely want to give thanks to all of the sponsors that allowed us to be able to bring that stream tonight. Just an unfortunate loss here. Pleasant Grove not able to get on the board, and neither offense scored tonight.
Nope, yeah, the only score of the game, a 94-yard interception returned for a touchdown. And Hawks needed 94 yards on that last-ditch effort. They got 89 from Jamarian Richardson. And put a little excitement in both stands right there at the end, but came up just a little bit short. And so the Hawks will be 1-1 as we head home. Reminder, there is a homecoming parade on Monday evening, 7 o'clock, starting at Cross Point Church. And we'll head up McKnight Road onto the high school property, and then a homecoming pep rally following at the stadium. And, of course, all the homecoming festivities will begin next week. Kickoff for next week's game is at 7:30. as we take on Dangerfield. Come out next week to Hawk Stadium. Check out all the new stuff that's out there. It's going to be exciting. You're going to want to see it as we head into week 3. The Hawks are now 1-1 as we fall on the road here in Paris 7-0. For Jay Davis, I'm Matt Fry. This is Texarkana Game Day. Thanks for watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Game Day.